Hey guys, this is 10-3. It's all about circles, which is the conic section right here, where if I took a horizontal cross section of a cone, I would have the shape of a circle. So you guys know what circles are. Hopefully you learned a little bit about circles when you took geometry last year. So here's the formal definition of a circle. It's the set of all points in a plane that are a distance r from a point called the center. So here's how I like to think of it. This is my center, okay? From that center, I can draw an infinite number of segments going out from that center and at a fixed length of that. And that fixed length is my radius. So in other words, if my radius were 3, I could draw 3 an infinite number of times from that center. And then all of those points, if I added them all together, that would be my circle, okay? So I think we all knew that. This is actually the distance formula, if you remember that from geometry. It's right here. X2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. All of that, the square root of that. That formula, if you use that formula to derive the equation of a circle. Here is the equation of a circle. This is the important thing that I want you to know from it. That the equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, where hk is the radius of the circle. I'm sorry, the center of the circle, and the r is the radius, okay? So for instance, in example 1, if I wanted to write an equation for a circle with the center -3, 4 and radius 5, well, simply take that -3 and plug it in for h, take that 4 and plug it in for k, and take that 5 and plug it in for r. So here's what I would get. X minus a -3 squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to 5 squared. But you want to simplify that, of course. So x minus a -3 is x plus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to 25. That is an equation of a circle with a center of -3, 4 and a radius of 5. All right, I want you to try it. So you can pause the video and give it a shot. Okay, coming back, let's write the equation. This should be x minus 5 squared plus y minus a -2 or y plus 2 squared is equal to 8 squared, which is 64. Hopefully you got that. Hey, by the way, what is the equation of a circle with the center at 0, 0, 0? Wouldn't it just be x squared plus y squared equals r squared, whatever that might be? And that's because it would be x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared. Get it? So it would just be x squared plus y squared. All right. Here's another thing we should talk about. Translations. You know what? I'm going to blow that off. Okay, we're going to move right on to this. Finding the radius and center of a circle. So now it's the other way around. If I give you the equation of a circle and I wanted you to find the center and the radius, well, I'm going to remind you again that it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to the radius squared. So in this case here, my h is 16, right? So it's 16. This circle has a center of 16, and my y would be -9. Or I'm sorry, not my y, my k. Because, so this is my center, okay? Because it's y would be y minus a -9. And what is my radius? Well, my radius would be the square root of 144, which is 12. Okay? You try. All right, pause the video and give it a shot. All right, coming back. My center should be -8, comma -3, and my radius would be the square root of 121, which is 11. Okay, hopefully you got that. All right, now this. See this? We're going to do this later. Okay, we're going to do that in class. And same with that. All right, I want to make sure you know how to graph a circle. So first thing you should do if you're looking at this equation of this circle, you should figure out what's the center. Well, the center would be -1, comma 3, right? And the radius would be 5. So here's how you want to graph this. You want to just plot the center, which is -1, 3, which is this point right here. And because the radius is 5, I'm going to have you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to have you go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to have you go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to have you go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so just those 4 points from the center. And then draw your circle as best you can. It's harder than you think. All right, you guys give it a shot. Pause the video. Okay, coming back. Center. Well, first of all, it's just x squared. It's kind of like saying x minus 0 squared. So my center would be 0, comma 1. Okay? My radius would be the square root of 16, which is 4. So plot the point 0, 1. Okay? And then you'd go up 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd go down 1, 2, 3, 4. You would go right 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, sorry, that shouldn't be there. Go left 1, 2, 3, 4. All from the center, right? And draw your circle. Ooh, that's terrible. All right, write an equation of a circle with the center 1, negative 3 that passes through a point 2, 2. So here's my equation of a circle again. I'm going to write it. It's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So I can plug 1 in for h, negative 3 in for k, and I could plug 2 in for x and this 2 in here for y and see what I get, okay? So I'm going to get 2 minus 1 squared plus 2 minus a negative 3 squared is equal to, and I don't know what the radius is, so you got to figure out that. So let's do this out. 2 minus 1 is 1 squared plus, now I've got 2 minus a negative 3, which is 2 plus 3, so I've got plus 5 squared is equal to my radius squared. So I've got 1 plus 25 is equal to r squared, okay? So r squared is equal to 26, okay? If I wanted to put, if I wanted to know what r was just this is just going to be the square root of 26. So I'm back to this now. If I want to now go write my equation, well, this is what my equation would be for the circle with the center at 1, negative 3. It would be x minus 1 squared plus y minus a negative 3, so y plus 3 squared is equal to my radius squared. Well, I already said my radius squared is 26. So I am done. Okay? Hopefully you understand that. Why don't you give this one a try? You can pause the video. Okay, we're back. So if you wanted to do this one, you would do x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared, oops, equals r squared. And I forgot to plug this in for x and plug this in for y. So let's do it. We've got negative 1 minus 2 squared plus 1 minus 3 squared equals r squared. So this would be negative 3 squared plus 1 minus 3 is negative 2 squared equals r squared. So this would be 9 plus 4 equals 13. So, or r squared, so that 13 equals r squared. So now my final answer would be, we'll do it in a different color. It's going to be x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 13. And that's my equation for that circle that goes through negative 1, 1 and has a center of 2, 3. All right. We have a teeny bit of time here. I want you to think about this one, okay? Just curious, just kind of use your head here. If I had a circle with a center of 2, 3, okay, center of 2, comma 3, okay, and it went through the point negative 1, 1. So look, check it out, negative 1, 1, okay? So that's, I don't know what that distance is here, but that's my radius, okay? And guess what that distance is? The radius is the square root of 13. If I plug into my calculator the square root of 13, that would be 3.61 about. 3.61. So check it out, guys. That means that you're going to go 3.6. You can't really do this, but you would go like 3.61 up. You could do that. 3.61 down. You can do that. 3.61 to the right and 3.61 to the left. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what we actually mean by this. So check it out. See, did I draw that right? Doesn't seem right to me. 1, 2, 3.6. No, that's right. This one maybe it's wrong. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's just a very lopsided because I drew it terrible. But see what I'm saying? That's the point right there that it goes through, and that's the center. And, you know, okay. Anyway, hopefully that helps. Okay, see ya.